Hello, and welcome to We Hate Skill Windows, a podcast where we sort of hate skill windows. I'm Rye,
I guess.
and today we are reviewing Martial God Regressed to level 2. Not level 1, level 2. Uh, so there's a guy. he he's in a world where people have gifts, and gifts give them powers that they can use to fight against other nations and potentially other races and other people in the universe. And the person that does worser gets eliminated. Yep. But the main character, he's from Korea, a small and pitiful nation, a small, weak nation, a nation with nothing. So instead of staying with Korea, Korea literally fell and he forcibly moved himself to the US. The great old America. Because America does not lose. But Korea does, mind you. Korea, a horrible, poor little third world country. I don't understand this one. I don't know if you had the same sentiment while reading it. This one really attacked Korea a lot, but it is Korean in nature.
Yeah,
They've got some reverse patriotism ish.
I think
Obviously, it is patriotism, right? But it's really weird. This one just really likes America, or just I they're trying to paint America as the villain, but by making all the Americans super racist towards Koreans in particular. I'll be honest, I don't think Americans view Korea as a third world country. I don't think that's something we do. Like
part of
I don't think we
yeah,
view you picked the wrong thing to fight about. Now, if it was I'll be honest, I'll be fully racist and transparent here. If you picked Cambodia, I would probably be like, yeah, I have no clue what Cambodia is about. I could be willing to believe this narrative. Is that racist of me? Absolutely. I'll be honest. I know nothing about Southeast Asia ish, South Asia. Uh, I know that the Philippines exists, in India, uh, in Indonesia, but other than that, Laos or Cambodia or yeah, I couldn't even name the countries over there. So if an American character was like, yeah, you third world monkeys or something, I would expect it from that, not from Korea. I don't know. I feel like all the Korean authors just have a no better way to put it, like a hate boner for every other country, especially like the US and Japan and also China. But they do it in
yeah.
such weird ways where it just feels so sometimes it feels like I'm reading propaganda. It's a strange feeling.
Yeah, it's like
One of the major plot points in
um,
this one is the main character's what would he be? The father-in-law? Brother-in-law? Brother-in-law. But the main
yeah,
character's brother-in-law was the strongest character or whatever player in Korea. And then he basically defected over to Japan. And everyone hates on him for it and stuff, and they're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it. Now Korea's powerless and weak again." Why is Korea powerless and weak in the first place? Why is it in each of these webtoons that Korea is always consistently rock bottom nation? Korea's not that though. In IRL world, Korea's got faker. Korea actually outputs so many talented people. even in just like esports alone. But yeah, in these webtoons, Korea is written to be like a weak, struggling, impoverished, poor, take pity on me, please, I'm Korea, nation that needs help always. And then that's why the characters are so proud of being Korean and being strong. But like, I guess that's why it's fictional, I suppose. But then the Americans are just cowboys and football players. I don't know. I feel like it maybe it's the fact that there's no like really good manhwa, the Chinese ones at least. And so all we see is the Korean side of things. I don't know. I'm tired of reading these and just being like, ah yes, I understand. So America is the villain and America's horrible and China's also horrible and Japan is the enemy. Well, Korea's the best. Poor,
I
but
think
they're the best.
they actually have a somewhat positive view of China sometimes.
Sometimes it depends. It
Yeah,
depends. Usually though, America's like horribly evil, and Japan's also pretty evil.
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe this wasn't the best thing to lead and open this thing with. Uh, I don't know. The synopsis is there's a guy. He he. I don't know. Korea lost, so Korea's wiped off the planet. He moves to America and gets treated like trash because apparently America sees Koreans as animals, which I don't think is true either. I understand that this is like a different world, but I don't understand how Koreans understand the US if this is what they see. Baron, the guy from the American side, there's a guy named like Baron Williams or something. I don't remember his name. But Baron looks like he grew up in like New York, okay? He doesn't look, how do I put it? He doesn't look like he came from like Texas. I don't think he's gonna be like super discriminatory. And even Texas probably isn't that. I don't know. Like he doesn't look like he came from like a horrible place where he'd treat all Asian people or no, not all Asian, sorry. He'd treat all Koreans as like yellow monkeys or something, you know?
Mm.
And yet here he is beating up Koreans and calling them names and being like, "Ah, I would love to have you on my team, but you're a filthy Korean." Like, what is this? This is not real. I understand that this is a fictional story, but like, where are you taking this hatred from? Why is this the message you're sending through your work? I just don't understand it. But anyway, he immigrates to really, really racist America, more racist than usual America, and I would say that being not white myself, uh, America's not that racist, okay? There's some people here that are a little close to that, but they're not gonna be like, "You animal without rights? I can't believe that you would dare talk to me, a proud American." I don't know. It's weird. It feels like propaganda again. But he goes to America and he fights stuff, and then his guildmaster beats him up for fun. And then he starts to die because things happened, and I don't remember exactly in the beginning, but did he like die and then just wake up in his younger body, or was there a
Yeah, I
reason
think
he died?
so.
Okay.
They lost the war, the space war, and
Oh,
then
that's right.
humanity got
The yeah,
obliterated.
yeah, yeah. They oh, well, time to rain on the American parade. Why did the American Guildmaster go, "Oh, yeah, just me"? Or no, he picked, like, him and, like, 2
Just
people, not even, like, the healer?
yeah.
Man
No, he
literally
picked the healer,
did he
but
pick the
yeah,
healer?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he literally went, like, 4 DPSs. I was gonna be like, "This guy, how did he last so long?" But, yeah, they fight orcs, and the orcs are, like, 120 feet tall. and they just beat the heck out of the humans. Yeah, and the world loses the Space League and is eliminated. And then random beings from like otherworldly planes decide that the main character has like a waste of power or something. It'd be like a shame for this power to waste away. So therefore, we're gonna give him another chance.
Yeah.
Yep. He wakes up and he he does the usual stuff. He goes around and does stuff that every regressor does, like bet on people or I can tell you the future because I am a seer or whatever. That type of thing. And he also does find out some stuff. There's like a whole subplot where the Korean government and the player group believe that his brother-in-law was secretly like charmed or like basically under like mind control to go to Japan. And that's probably also fair, but they don't really talk about that. It's too early in the plot apparently to talk about that or even address it or talk about it at all. Instead, the main character just fights in like basically full body VR gladiatorial combat, where apparently just like every week he goes in and fights in an arena, uh, maybe even more than a week. Um, and everything's fake right now, but later on it'll become real. This is like the tutorial basically. But I don't fully understand all this, and there's some confusing bits. Let me point out that I think very early on, like chapter 18 or 19, I would say, they introduced the Shadow Queen. They continue talking about the Shadow Queen up until the end of the season. It took them a
Yeah.
while. This plot does not move. The art's nice though.
It is.
I was gonna say the art's nud though. That's not a word. Nice and good does not become nud. But the art's good. It's from isn't it Redice? It's from Redice, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It's clean. It's good. I don't know. Is there anything you wanted to say about this one? A bit of a shorter one, so
I mean, I basically had the same like
how'd you think
points
about the
made.
incest?
The incest.
Yeah.
Oh, I still found it kind of strange. Why is the sister so much older than the brother? Why can't they just be like cousins or something? Like, what's the point of that? It was just a weird thing where I was like, is there a
Well,
reason why
as you
they're
know, these Korean
so much
monkeys, they
older?
have children when they're younger because they're a third world impoverished country.
Oh, frick.
I feel like that's what the narrative this thing is trying to push on me. Is all. Yeah, no, the main character is 30? 26, 27?
27.
Okay, the main character is 27. You said the niece is 17.
Yeah.
So his sister must either be like his sister has to be at least like 7 years older than him.
I would say at least like 12.
12.
Because that would mean like, so they've got like a 10-year age gap, the kid, the niece, and the MC. So
Hmm.
if the sister was 12 years older, then she would have been 22 when she had the kid, which is maybe believable.
Otherwise, with my 7 years, she would have been 18.
I guess, yeah.
No. You know, teen pregnancies happen. So I feel like the former number one player in the nation wouldn't have been this much of a douchebag father. right?
I think it was implied that since he was charmed, he just totally
Well,
mind controlled.
well, oh yeah, no, but like before mind control, there's no way he got a girl pregnant at like 16, did he?
Oh, yeah, oh no,
Right?
yeah, no, probably not. He seems too uptight and serious for that.
Yeah, he seems very uptight and very serious. Man literally murked himself in the middle of a ranked match to prove a point. But yeah, I guess a lot of things in this one feel a little hmm. A lot of things feel like a gimme type of thing. I don't know, like plot armor. The main character, for example, needs to raise his divine power stat. Well, lucky for him, his older sister was a saintess. She also collected a bunch of really expensive holy items for nothing, actually, for no reason apparently. I'm not sure why she had them.
Oh no, because she wanted to raise her divine stat.
Oh, that's right. But she didn't know about his knowledge of it, right?
No, she did, she
She
did.
did?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I thought like there was a flashback where like the American Saintess was telling him like, "Oh, yeah, there's a really horrible thing you can do. It takes a lot longer, but you can like use these objects." I thought that's how he knew about it, but she just like collected them.
No, so when she said that, she was like, "There's only one other person who does it,"
Oh.
and that one other person is the sister.
Wait, but his sister is like dead, right?
Yeah.
But the Saintess in his life, his sister was still dead.
Yeah, yeah. His sister died apparently pretty early on,
Quite early.
before he even regressed.
Right. So why how has there not been another one? Is my, is my question.
I think Saintist was her power, like her power was SS Saintist.
Well, main character's power is F class. I see other people's stuff,
Yeah.
which, by the way, is the default for like every main character. Every main character must possess the ability to see other people's damn status windows. Otherwise, it's not right. Everyone has it. You could have
Yeah.
an SSS class, Eyes of God, and you have the ability to see people's classes and statuses. You could also have the F class, Eyes of Trash, and you can still see people's skill windows. Why is this always
Yep.
the power? Why do you. Also, he has the ability to read other people's status windows, right?
Yeah.
But he still asks the one gambler lady to confirm it. Why is that?
Um, I can't remember. Did he lose his power at that or before that, or
No, this
no?
was
This was.
before
Oh
that.
yeah.
And his
Oh my
power
God, you're right.
doesn't compound with him losing his gift. He just
Yeah.
lost his like martial god trace bit.
Oh no, no. I think he lost his eyes.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. That makes no sense though. What did he lose his eyes when the martial god left him?
It was the martial gods like patron or something. He was the one who like gifted the eyes or whatever nonsense.
Wait, but that also doesn't make sense because he wasn't the martial god successor in his previous life until later on. He just had that ability and he used it to like gamble.
He like he like at some point
I have
gets
to
30
figure out
force
what
or
his
30
ability
martial
is.
power at some
It's
point.
the chapter where he like consoles the niece and he's like, "Oh, don't worry, you got a F class thing, but don't worry, so did I." I don't know
Yeah.
where it is anymore.
Oh yeah, that definitely happened after the bet of the dungeon. So yeah, he still had his power at the time. Yeah, you're
Hmm.
right. Honestly, like why didn't
Why
he
did
just
he ask to
take a peek?
confirm, right? Like, did he
Yeah.
are there people then that exist that can fake a power window? Not a power window, a skill window?
There's that one berry that denies people access to seeing, but I mean Uh,
A lot of those.
The story was lazy.
The story
Half the
was.
story is him doing these random missions. And you're like, oh, congratulations, you won. But then there's some random, like, annoying person who's trying to ruin his day, and then he beats him up. Uh,
Yeah, okay, I found the chapter. Chapter 41. His gift is Wanderer's Eye, rank F. F as in fabulous.
what's
Uh
that?
the tooltip is able to see the details of other players. Now, supposedly, if he had the ability to see the details of other players, when is the chapter where he asked for the gamble? It's before this. Like probably like chapter 35 or something? Would I
Yeah.
guess? 35 is the match. 35 is the match. Was it after the match? The Japan versus Korea match?
Oh my god, I don't even know where that happens.
That's 35. Chapter 35 is the Japan versus Korea. It's whenever she shows up to a school. Um No, yeah, it's before this. Um cuz chapter 35 and yeah, yeah, yeah. This is like way before. It's right after he clears the tomb and then he goes into school
Oh,
with the
to a
beat up car.
dungeon. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, he said, yeah, he literally goes, if I get first place, will you show me your status window? This is chapter 32 that he asked for the status window. He still has his powers up until chapter 41. Why did he ask to confirm this? I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm
The
very
author
confused.
forgot the main character's own power.
I have a weird feeling that's the case.
Hmm.
Uh, but also all this stuff about like people spending money to get a gift. So your gift
Yeah.
is not decided on yourself. It's decided on the power of money?
I That's a good question. They're like, oh, you go to like academy school, and then you go to their awakening hall, and
Yeah, but the niece's awakening was random.
you know,
Well, it was dictated based on what the main character knows, but for us, it was random. I don't know how this one works in terms of things. The art's very pretty though, and I wanna like it because the art's pretty. But when the story's sort of trash, I don't know. I have mixed feelings. Also, did you like how there was just a random soccer player who was an archer?
I
And then
thought
the
that
main
was
character was
so
like, "No, become
funny.
my mage."
Yeah, honest to God, I was like, what the frick? Well, who is this random soccer player? Why? What? Also, so he emigrates to Korea, apparently.
Yep,
But in the backstory, he's like the hero of like Argentina or something.
I believe so.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, so he 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 emigrates to Korea, then he goes back to Argentina. What?
Wait, no, I don't think he went back. Wait, you're making me question it. Uh, this was even further, wasn't it? This was like even earlier. The Conqueror's Tomb is the dungeon he cleared. Was this after or before? Before, right? Yeah, it was before. Oh boy.
This is like his very first quest after like the tutorial one, where it's like him. The soccer player, some mage guy who's like evil, and then a golden light.
No, 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 Sparky.
Mm.
Sparky. Also, I like how the mage guy. I'm going back to the beginning, and the mage guy basically is paid a lot of money to sabotage the mission. Um, by anonymous donor, basically. And the mage guy's like taunt for the main character was, "I bet you're sleeping with your sister," or something like that. Or no, you're sleeping with your niece. That's sort of harsh.
Apparently he's a troll.
No, he wasn't a huge troll though. He became more of a troll when the main character was doing that.
Mm.
Let's see. My first time seeing him in person, Diego Macied, Sid, Argentina's top player before my regression. He wasn't this much at this point in time. He's the
Yeah, I'm
archer.
just like,
He's
why
an
did he meet him
Argentina
in
player.
Korea?
He was a mage before my regression. So before he was a mage who was in Korea. Or no, in
An
Argentina.
archer in yeah.
But this regression, he is a archer in Korea.
And I'm just like, what?
I'm not sure I understand.
It's just, it's so bizarre. It sounds like the author, wanted to, was really into sports or something. Was like, I want a soccer player in my webtoon. You
Right?
know, author goals.
I want a soccer player, but also they're Korean because we need because Korea is a weak, underdeveloped country. I swear to God.
And I was just
This
like,
thing.
this was fine, but like, why was he Argentina's number one player or number one mage if he's in Korea right now? I'm
Right?
like,
And
who?
Argentina's not wiped off the map. Now, are they saying that Argentina's a third world country? And that's why he immigrated to Korea? Or am I putting political words in your mouth? Think about that. And find out next time, because I forgot to do the funny subscribe to me thing. Hey, if you're watching 27 minutes in, um, if you don't mind hitting the subscribe button, that would really help us out, and also leaving a like on the video. And in fact, comment. Comment on if you think a soccer player would be an archer or a mage. And let us know why. Alright, you wanna rate it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty, art score. Go for it.
I'd give it a 9.
9, not a 10. Do I give it a
Yeah,
10 because it's redice?
I feel like I give something a 10 if I see something like truly astoundingly like interesting to look at.
Hmm.
I didn't really see that. It was all just really high quality art.
I liked it enough that I remember reading this one, like as it was just coming out. I was like, this is the art I want. Like I'm looking for this art basically. So for me it's a 10. Redice did good on this one. But you're right, it's not always a 10. The story score.
Mm,
Story score.
I mean,
What are your thoughts? Do you think it was hot garbage or do you think it was redeemable?
it was closer to hot garbage than redeemable. Oh,
Was it like lukewarm garbage?
mm, it just vaguely doesn't make much sense.
It really doesn't.
Um, uh, I have you ever seen Jimmy Neutron?
Like through YouTube Shorts.
Oh, there's like there's a movie
Yeah, he's
about
the
this plot
guy with
actually.
like a he has like ice cream hair.
Yes, yes.
That's the worst description. Listen, I didn't watch TV growing up. We had like SpongeBob occasionally at friends' houses. I think I watched like Kim Possible through DVDs. I was not a very cultured kid.
Mm.
I don't even know what Jimmy Neutron did. Is a scientist or something?
Basically,
Okay. Is a scientist? No, isn't that Dexter? Dexter's a
Jimmy Neutron's
scientist.
also just some really smart kid.
Okay.
Design crap.
Yeah, I know people like really liked his mom or something.
Interesting.
We were like into that. It was like, oh my god, MILF.
Oh,
And then there was like Carl Weezer, right? He's
yeah,
the
yeah.
croissant meme.
Oh,
That's all I know
interesting.
him for. I know nothing else about the show. Not a single thing.
They have a movie about this plot though, where like
Oh,
the humans go up with other races, and if you lose, your entire like world gets blown up.
wait, really?
Yeah.
Wait, this isn't original, Chris? Hold on. I thought we were on to something. Damn.
I mean, the plot vaguely follows these other like scenario-based stories where like multiple worlds collide into each other, and then they start
Yeah.
taking over each other.
And the winner takes all. It's always the winner takes all. You can never have two coexisting realities or whatever. It's just winner takes all always. The case in solo leveling too. Oh, you failed to lock down that region? This region dies. Like straight up wiped from the map. Ah. Wait, what happened to Jimmy Neutron? Did he win?
The moral was they shut down the entire competition and tried to make it so that no planet had to be blown up ever again.
Oh, they beat it with the power of friendship.
They just like teamed up all the worlds that were slated to get blown up, and they're like, "We're attacking you, the host. How dare you stage this vile show?"
Wait, who hosted it then?
Like this alien TV people, personalities who are like, "This is peak entertainment for you guys. Look, these
Hmm.
are they have to fight each other."
Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I sure. What do you think this one deserves? What's the
Uh, um, it's like a 3.
a damn, that's low. That's low. The main grievances. Number one, the plot climbs real slow. Uh it took him like 30 chapters to get back to the Shadow Queen, which was his main quest. And then on top of that, they're like, oh, let's throw a twist into the story. The main character actually loses his abilities. Why does he lose his abilities? The martial god is wary of the fact that he has opened his dantians. That's it? Would he not have been like a martial artist before? Really, he would have awakened this stuff? That's it? You're wary of the guy. How? Why? Wh- Why? Like, why? But turns out, apparently, the martial god was like parasite. Turns out.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit confused about that.
I'm
Like,
very confused by that. According to the main character, the martial god was like his biggest supporter.
and then it turns out he was just a parasite. Like,
Turns
this
out,
guy
apparently,
gave you an SSS class power. What about this is not a mutually beneficial
that
relationship?
enabled you in your past life to destroy something that most people could not kill.
Like,
And
this
you're
is
like,
like the
oh, turns out
opposite
he
of
was
a
just a
parasite.
parasite to me. He was holding me back from my true potential of not having a patron or
Like,
looking for someone else, at least.
this guy used to be an alcoholic gambling addict.
Also, why did he
What?
even need the martial god? He has the ability, his body remembers how to perform the movements. Why even go down the same path? I mean, obviously, it's like
Honestly,
incomplete, quote unquote, incomplete versions, but right? But like, it's still strong. It's still really strong. I don't know. You know what? Yeah, let's give it a 3. I don't
It
like rating
also
things this low, but sometimes it just
the one of their like surprise plot points, like, oh no, he doesn't have a constellation. He's outside the system. It reminds me a little bit too much of Omniscient Viewer's Viewpoint,
mhm.
where he's like, he doesn't choose
Oh,
the
rejecting a
constellation
constellation?
supporter because they know that future down the line, the constellations will chain you down. And this guy just kind of stumbles into it. He's like, "Oh no, I lost my sport, and now I'm constellationless."
Well, this guy,
Uh,
yeah, wanted a constellation, basically.
yeah.
But then he lost it, and then he's just like, "Oh, I guess I've got this crystal that increases my stats by 50%. I'll just use that, and then I'll look for something else." And he so happens to remember, "Oh, that's right. I should pique the Shadow Queen's attention so she can kill me?" Question mark.
I think it was just for the quest, but I think he also wanted her as like the patron, but then she
Right,
didn't
that's what I'm
do it.
understanding. But why then, if she was searching for him to be her patron, why would she aim to kill him? That equally makes no sense.
I think the author like dropped these hints, like, "Oh, she's gonna be my next patron, yeah," and then
And
it
then
just they were
she
just red
literally
herrings, I
tries
guess.
to kill him.
Yeah.
And he's cursed. He's not patronized. He's cursed. We,
The,
we're just
the
proving our
story is
point.
a bit. The story is
How do
a
you feel about
bit
the characters,
interesting.
Chris?
Um. So to be honest, I
Hmm.
don't like the main character very much.
Damn, that's crazy. Why would you come to such a conclusion?
Uh, everything he does, like he's got such like a cold personality, I guess.
For
But like,
everyone besides his beloved niece? Yeah.
yeah. But I feel like I don't necessarily hate cold personalities, but
Mhm.
like, he doesn't really change. He doesn't interact with other people. Besides like that one gambler lady.
Which he only
Uh,
has a soft spot for because he knew her in his PL, in his regression past life. And they apparently bonded over guilt and depression over losing their loved ones.
yeah. I'm just like, I, part of it is that the story is so slow, and he does literally nothing except for go on these meaningless missions.
No, no, he got a spear out of an arrow.
Yeah.
I don't
It,
think he has a choice though to go on the missions.
yeah. It's it feels like a waste of viewership time.
That part's
Like
fair.
I'm not reading this and I'm like, oh,
Right? You would
defense
want
mission.
more things to happen. Also, some people are just straight up irredeemably evil.
Oh
The
my
niece's
god, yeah, like
classmate,
the CEO daughter, yeah.
yeah, she's just straight up evil. Everything she does is evil. She has no redeeming qualities. She's just evil.
And it's like we know nothing about she's doing this because she's trying to help the family fortune. I would think that angering the number one player like is like extremely bad for the family business. And you could say she's just a stupid kid, but like
Yeah, I
she's
guess we're going off of that she's a stupid kid, I think.
she's just it's just such a random like horribly evil character for like I don't even know.
There always has to be one, though, right? There has to be one. I know
All
why
of them are
she's
like this. Every villain in all these manhwas are just irredeemably evil.
okay, but I will say, at least she didn't call her grandfather and be like, "Grandfather, I need you to bring the, I don't know, the Tong family over here so we can murder this one kid."
Oh, we don't know. This could happen in season two.
It could happen. You're so right.
Uh,
The author implies that she did not learn her lesson. So,
yeah.
yeah. Also, I didn't expect only for her clothes to be, or only for her like eyebrows and hair to be blown off. I expected him to like burn her alive. I guess the main character doesn't have enough mana to do that.
I don't know if even if he had enough mana, if he would have killed her.
You leave him crippled, you know. Where's the main characters that just you know, you gotta make sure they don't come back to haunt you. You don't leave them here. They won't learn. Take a page from the immortal emperor Luowoji and just kill them. If you kill them and you kill their entire family line, their family, their extended family, their cousins, you kill their cousins' cousins, then you're good. Oh, did that Buddhist monk anger you? What if you annihilated Buddhism from the map? Oh, that's right. They can't bother you anymore because they don't exist. That's the way it's gotta be. Luowoji was so based.
Luigi had an amazing charm to it.
Yeah, a really horrible charm, but like an amazing charm. Nothing more satisfying than watching him just actually kill off bloodlines. But these guys, they're weak. They're like, "I'll let you live. You've learned your lesson." And then the person comes back like later and serves as a really painful thing for the MC for no good reason. I it just you know what? Blind them. Just do that at least. So they can't recognize you, right? Maybe actually blind them and also sew their mouth shut.
Make them deaf too.
Yeah, cut off their ears and pull out their hair for good measure. uh,
Okay.
uh, oh boy. At least do what he did to that one mage and like twist their bones and break their tendons, you know?
Uh, he did that in virtual reality.
Oh, that's right. This is reality. Oh, you're so right. Wait, but a guy like a what like an S class player or whatever attacked him in
Yeah.
reality?
That level 50 guy, yeah.
Yeah. Is he not gonna get reprimanded?
He got flogged into a wall, who knows?
And his hair ripped out. But
Yeah,
he also did not die. And they were attacking him with the intent of like killing him, I'm pretty sure.
I think so, yeah.
So when the evil people send their people to attack the main character, and their plan is to kill him, that's fine. But if the main character retaliates, you're against it?
I think I'm not saying it's, like, far like, it doesn't break my suspension of disbelief, I guess, because I think all of these stories, they kinda just have irredeemably evil villains. I don't
Right, so
know.
they must have. We need more irredeemably evil main characters, okay? That's all I'm saying. We
Remember
need
I Am the
more.
Fated Villain?
Okay, he was too evil. He was the villain, okay? He was not I am the fated hero. He
Was
was the
Luigi
villain.
really a hero, though?
We need like heroes of humanity who are also like pieces of shit. That's what I need more of. These people are too soft. They're too weak. They've grown to enjoy the sound like a fucking conspiracy theorist. Oh god. No, I just sound like someone who enjoys good literature. I don't have to apologize for this viewpoint. Anyway, how are the characters? What's your score?
They're like 4.
4?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 3. I liked none of the characters, I think. Uh, including his like pseudo rival, the Plum Blossom lady. We have no knowledge on who she is. We just know that she was like a top ranking player in his past life and then died. Why does she have
Yeah,
the plum blossom techniques? And what is her gift? Like, is her gift to just have all of the Mount Hua sect abilities?
yes. That must be it, honestly.
But you're telling me then there's like a Mount Hua sect god?
Probably.
I sometimes I think to myself, this is dumb. But what do I know? All right. What is the score? It is a 9.5 plus 3 plus a 3.5. This is, believe it or not, above 50%.
I believe it.
Damn,
Oh,
I don't believe it. Felt like it deserved lower.
yeah.
5.33. What was the one again that we did with Winton?
A challenger.
Yeah. Did we somehow offset that one by the R score? Despite him giving like negative marks on each one?
No, no, no. That thing
No?
got such a low score. I felt so bad for it
Didn't we
because it
give it
was.
like a 2 or something?
I don't know, but
It was bad.
I just I remember thinking, dang, the challenger had legitimately good like
It had
not good.
Faker.
It had fakers. That's true.
It
It,
didn't have a great story. The
it had a better
characters were
story
not
than
the best,
most.
but there were like some cool characters.
I
There's like
liked.
Mute Seraphine,
Oh, yeah.
and the setting was cool ish.
And the MC, honestly, like I liked how it was more of a traditional story rather than like a straight up power fantasy.
That's true. Remember, guys, reading the room is a superpower. Now, for the most important and the weirdest question we have in here, how many skill windows out of 10?
They spent way too much time on that skill window nonsense in this story. I also spent way too much time on random chat users going, Armagerd, they're doing this, LOL. That must be the laziest content I read every time I look at
Yeah,
these.
let's just give it a too many out of 10. Fair
Uh,
enough. You don't like the chat room ones where everyone's like, boo, oh, I love that guy. Oh my
oh
god,
my
he's
god.
streaming.
They're not even like when you do the constellation time, sometimes they're kind of funny. When it's just chat room, it's bad content. Oh,
Yeah, it's not it's like to fill panels.
yeah, it just feels
There's
so
no
just
real reason to have it.
empty.
It's just to fill a panel. Yeah.
Every time I see them, I'm just like, this would honestly be better if it was shorter and did not have these like garbage panels that are just
Mhm.
in here. No one's reading them. God dang.
Yeah, I ignore them. I don't even look at them. Why would I?
Oh.
It's not gonna add to the story.
If
Yeah,
at
not even
some point
gods.
they had just like I don't know comedy in them, it would be kind of interesting. But they're just
They
filler.
exist. Yeah. Well, uh, is it my turn?
I think so.
I think you picked this one, right?
I believe so.
I believe so. I think you picked it, and then I was like, oh yeah, this one's interesting. Well, shit. I feel like we've read a lot of these, but that's also not true. I could send you into a real. This has a 9.8, Chris. This one
Wow,
I'm
it
gonna
must
send
be
you to has a
good.
9.8, and I dropped it because it was so trash. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. God damn it. Alright. We're doing this one. This- Wait, did we do this one already? Talent Swallowing Magician. Have we read this?
Oh,
I don't think we have, right?
I don't, I don't see it. No, unless we did it super early,
No, I
which
don't think we have.
I think we
Super
did.
early.
Your talent is mine.
We did do Your Talent Is Mine. The early ones we did. Yeah, Your Talent Is Mine, My School Life Pretending to Be a Worthless Person, Dungeon Odyssey, Daughter's Final Boss. Yeah? Talent Swallowing Magician time?
Let's do it.
It's got 71 chapters. I fully, I think, stopped reading it by the end of season one. It could have gotten better since I read it. I didn't hate it, I remember, but it was also not the best, which is a lot of these. And I'm scrolling through reading these Asura comments, and people are in this one in particular's comments, theory crafting and posting their own uh little stories. These are pretty funny. Oh boy. I'll just read this out and then we can end, honestly. But someone's like, I was working on a story. It's an isekai. The main character's OP. He actually knows all of his abilities. He was bored because there was nothing to do it anymore because he's way too OP. But look at him like a god. One day he jokingly said he would challenge God, and God was like, I'd bet. He gets teleported to another world that has twice of the size of the largest star, but is still normal and worked like Earth, but it had magic. Oh yeah, by the way, he's OP in a technological way, so he can create black holes and stuff. This is a story about an OP technological guy that challenges God accidentally, gets teleported to a fantasy world and dominates it. By the way, his powers are not restricted, like in other mangas. Parentheses, please don't copy or steal this idea. I don't know, man. I think several free and webtoon authors have already stolen your idea.
Ugh,
In fact,
I
this
believe
is
it.
literally Super Gene's like main plot. Super Gene, the god of the infinite Goku. I need to actually somehow I need to make a PowerPoint sometime and present to you the infinite Goku theory. I've tried to like explain it briefly, I think, but I'm trying to work on a thing where I explain what Super Gene has done and also the infinite Goku, which is just like it's the power fantasy ultimatum where the main character has grown to be the most powerful something of something. Right? So Goku at some point was like the most powerful, not human, the most powerful like Saiyan on Earth, I think.
Yeah,
And then he didn't and then he died and became like the most powerful Saiyan in the underworld or something. Pretty sure. And then they like slowly expand to like in universe 1 or whatever the heck they're from. But like it just slowly expands, and every time he learns that there is a bigger world and he's a frog in a well, right?
yeah,
The one I keep referring to, Super Gene, the main character does this like at least 10 times. And every time he becomes like from the weakest being to the strongest being, to the weakest being, to the strongest being, to the weakest being, to the strongest being. It's relentless. I swear that's why I dropped it. But I read that thing for like 600 chapters and did not want to drop it because I just wanted to see where it went. I might pick it back up one day. Who knows? My life story to document the infinite Goku. But anyway, we will see you next time for Talent Swallowing Magician. And if you too want to swallow talent, you can start by swallowing that subscribe button. Aha! That's pretty funny. Right. I'll see you next week.